Hey guys, it's your girl Krystal here. Welcome to my channel, and today I wanted to go ahead and do a little bit of a subtle smoky eye and a darker lip. I wanted to do something a little bit different because I've noticed that I've been doing a lot of more natural things, and fall is literally just around the corner. I'm super stoked, so what better way to show you guys how excited I am than to do a little bit of a dark, almost vampy fall inspired look. So if you're interested in how to get this look as well as learning some helpful tips and tricks, then just stay tuned because we gonna get started. I feel like I look a little pink. Or I look past it. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys that I planned this out because I didn't. I was gonna do a natural looking makeup, but then I was looking through my channel and I was like, I think the last 2, possibly 3 looks were natural. So we're just gonna embrace the fact that fall is almost here and do a fall inspired makeup look. I'm gonna do my eyebrows really quick and I'll be back. So I have already primed and set the eyeshadow, and I'm going to just be using this palette. I think I've used this before, and this is a palette that we all got from Boxycharm, which is why I wanted to use it. I'm just going to create a simple smoky eye, but this is an eye that can become a everyday eyeshadow look, and it'll be good for school. I'm not too sure about work. I think it depends on where you work. I wouldn't say it's office appropriate, but if you work in retail or some other kind of job like that, I think it would be perfect. So we're just gonna jump into this shade right here and start this in the transition. So I'm doing this in the crease, so make sure that it is not the fold, so whenever you just feel it like in your like actual eye, that's your crease right there. So I'm starting off by just building up the product and keeping it in a circular motion for right now because I want to show you how it would look. I am also kind of like dusting it onto the lid, but I am avoiding this area right here. So where my brush is touching my eyelid, I'm avoiding all this area. So it's okay to get it onto your actual lid because this is a transition shade and it's very, very good for smoky eyes. So now I'm going to start bringing the shade out a little bit. So you'll start to see me form the shadow up to here and kind of bring it in like that. And that's going to make my eye look a little bit elongated and kind of, that's what I want. My eye is very short, as you can see, but my actual natural brows, they extend this far. So all I'm trying to do is just give it that illusion that I have like longer, kind of more flattering eyes, in my opinion. Now all I'm doing is pushing the shadow onto the lid now, and this is just going to make it a little bit more intense, barely diffusing it out rather than like swishing it around. And this is going to help make sure that the shade stays intact but yet gives it a little feathery blend. I don't really know how to explain it. I hope you guys get what I mean. It's going to help disperse it very nicely. And as you can see, it goes out about right there. So my eye is already looking a little bit, you know, longer. So right now we have the color on our lids. Now what I want to do is just blend it a little bit further. I'm going to focus on blending the edge only. I'm not going to touch anything down here, just the edge. So this is a clean blending brush and I'm just going to buff it. Windshield wiper motions as well as circular motions. So make sure not to go too far down. I just want to blend out any harsh edges that we may have created with the transition shade. And you want to do this very, very, very softly. So don't push really hard on the brush. You just want to make sure that it's very, very lightly touching it. So I wanted to use this shade in originally right here, but I find that it's not as cool tones as I wanted to. So I'm just going to use this taupey shade here. We got this in Boxycharm too. This is not affiliated. I know it may seem like it, but I promise that it's not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take like a little small crease brush and take that taupey color, and we're gonna define the eye. This is a brow product, so it's gonna be a little bit hard to blend, so I'm actually gonna mix it in with this one right here. So I'm just patting it in right now, as you can see, and I'm making a V. The color is set. All I'm gonna do is just pat. I'm not really gonna focus on blending it out right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and pat it in. Once I have it laid down, I'm slowly gonna go ahead and start doing circular motions, but make sure that I'm sweeping it this way. Like the brush is going towards the outside rather than the inside, just in case any product does like move, it flicks outwards and not inward. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that does this, but a lot of makeup artists that do use their fingers, and that's just kind of like warming up the shadows and kind of blending them together a little bit easier, at least for me anyways. Now that we have that done, I'm just gonna pick up the same shadow that we just put, not using the brow product, just the shadow, and we're gonna go ahead and bring this in, again avoiding this little part right here. So now we're getting like a little bit of smoke. I can see it coming through. I'm just gonna go ahead and intensify it and bring it in a bit more. Taking the brush that we used for the transition shade, I'm just gonna blend it. This time I am kind of just like taking it everywhere because I'm just wanting to blend those colors together very lightly. The last thing I'm gonna do is take this brown color right here, and we are gonna define the lash line and create somewhat of a guide for a winged eyeliner if you would like. You definitely don't have to. So I'm just gonna create it to create that like smoke. This is what's gonna help. And I'm gonna stop about right here, just like that, and we're gonna diffuse it in a bit. All the shades that I am using are warmer tone because it does complement my eye shade as well as my skin tone. But if you are cooler toned, feel free to use cooler tone shadows. And I'm just gonna pat this in with that defining crease brush. All of these are Luxie brushes. They're just my favorite. Completely forgot that we still need to highlight. I'm just gonna take this and quickly highlight. I don't want to take this into the lid too much, and I'm gonna just, actually I'm gonna take some of the skin tone one too, because I don't want it to be like too shimmery. We used a lot of mattes. Usually at this time I'm just gonna go ahead and take that blending brush again, the clean one, and just blend everything together so that we don't have any harsh lines. And then I will also put in my clear brow gel. I do wait until this time because sometimes powder can get onto the brows, and this really does help basically clean them off. Okay, now I'm just gonna apply some lashes and a wing. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the easier part. I feel like it's the easier part, the face. I'm just gonna prime using a Smashbox Photo Finish primer. And this is not the best primer, but I do like it for every day, like if I'm not really going anywhere, which I'm not today. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't want to wear foundation today, so we're not gonna wear it. I normally don't wear foundation. I would have to take it out of the drawer, so I'm just gonna show you guys what I normally do. So I'm just applying some concealer. I'm just gonna add just a little bit more to the under eye area. Now you can do a couple of different things. Since I'm going to be taking pictures, I'm gonna actually use a foundation powder. The rest of my face powder before I bust out of my backup. Now that we have that done, we're gonna go ahead and start with contouring. I'm using the Hoola bronzer. This is the original one. I really love it, but of course it's not freaking cruelty free. What are you gonna do? So I'm just gonna use this SL Miss Glam Small Contour W07 brush. We're gonna make a little fishy face and a contour. This is a hollow, so I'm gonna do it just slightly above it. See what I did there? I'm gonna grab more product. Any leftover product, I'm just gonna slightly dust it on the side of my nose to kind of make sure that it is still there. We didn't lose it with that concealer. And also contour the lips. I don't contour the jawline. I just find it looks like a little weird, but sometimes I do rub my brush down there. Okay, so after I just blended it out, this is all I use this brush for, is just blending out the product, and whatever's left over I just kind of like dust it on my double chin. Once I'm done with that, I go in with a facial spray. This one is from Pharmacy Skin. This is the Dew Skin. It's like mint and cucumber. So where is my highlight? This is a Urban Decay highlight. This is a sample one. I have no idea what it's called. I think it's like an afterglow or something, and I'm just applying this to the heights of my cheekbone, so where it pops out the most, and then also just a little bit. Make sure not to go in like towards the center of your face, past the center of your pupil. Do not go past that unless you want to. That little brush that we used earlier to highlight the inner corners, I'm just gonna take it and stamp it, which reminds me, I completely did not. I need to do the lower lash line, Krystal. Taking the finger, totally not flipping you off, intentionally. And then whatever's left onto the chin. All I'm gonna do really quick is that brush that still has that brown from earlier, I'm just gonna use it and dust it along the lower lash line. I always like to start at the outer corner because that's where I want the most pigment, and then blend it out with that crease blending brush that we were using to darken up the outer part of our eye. I have very sensitive eyes, so I really need to make sure to be very delicate, especially since I have my contacts in right now. One thing that I do want to do though is blend out the entire face, and I just like patting it with the kabuki brush. Okay, so I'm gonna line my lips, and this is the pencil by Beauty For Real, and this is the only lip liner you'll ever need pencil. It's amazing, it really is. I don't overline my lips, but that contour that we did earlier is really gonna make them look full. I always like to fill it in just a little bit, but not in the center. My go-to lipstick right now is Velvet Teddy. I freaking love this lipstick, but I am thinking about vamping it up a bit. I'm gonna use this one first. This is the Nude Sticks shade Greystone. And then I'm gonna lighten it up in the center with Velvet Teddy. So it's gonna give it that dimension, you know? Okay guys, so I think that is it for this makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and got some helpful tips and tricks on how to create a smoky eye look. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not already, and leave any questions or recommendations down in the comments below, because I get back to you as fast as I can. With that being said, I love you all, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.